Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you for joining me. For those that might be new here, hi, I'm Charlie. Today's focus is going to be working on yoga for better posture. It's going to be reversing a lot of the effects of the rounding of the top of the spine that we often get if we spend a lot of time sitting behind a desk, maybe hunched over a keyboard, or maybe just spending a lot of time drawing the shoulders forwards. This practice is going to be focusing on isolating the movement to the upper parts of the spine, the shoulders, and just really opening, creating space for the breath and finding a better posture. So if you're ready, grab your mat, grab some water, grab whatever you feel you need and join me. Okay, start by coming to a comfortable seat. And I'm just going to turn to the side so that you guys can get a better view of what this movement looks like in the upper parts of the spine. Begin to bring the arms out wide as if you're creating like a cactus shape with the arms. On your inhale, begin to draw the arms back so that you lift the chest. Lift the gaze if that's comfortable. Exhale, draw the arms together, round the spine, touch into chest. Inhale to open, feel the chest expand with the breath. And exhale to round. Moving at your pace with your own breath, letting your breath be your guide. And just really beginning to feel into the parts of the spine that are moving as you open and close. Expanding and then rounding. Moving through this for a few more rounds of breath. Then come back to a neutral position. Take the hands down to the knees. On your inhale, begin to draw the chest forwards as if you're drawing a circle with the torso. And as you exhale, begin to lean back, keeping the sits bones firmly grounded into the mat. And just letting all of this movement come from the torso. Exhaling as you come back, you can either begin to add a slight round into the spine, and as you inhale, you can also press the chest forward, lift the gaze. Slowly bring yourself back to a neutral position. Adding a slight pressure between the palms and the knees. Press the chest forwards, draw the shoulders back and down. Inhale here. As you exhale, roll the shoulders forwards, round the spine and touch into chest. Inhale to open, pressing the chest through. Exhale to round, drawing the chest back. Inhale, come forward to expand. Exhale, come backwards to round. And taking this however fast or however slow you would like to go. Letting your breath be your guide as you synchronize every inhale and every exhale with each movement. Slowly beginning to come back to a neutral position. Begin to extend the right hand down to the right side of the mat. And then extend left arm overhead towards the right side. You can let the head and neck be soft. Let the gaze lower down to the mat, and you can even begin to walk the right hand a little bit further away from you to bend at the elbow and lower the forearm, finding a little bit more length down the left side of the body. finding the breath. Inhaling deeply. Exhale completely. Inhale, cartwheel the arms. Take the left hand to the left side. Extend right arm over to the left side. Lower the gaze, soften the head and neck. And you might even begin to walk the left hand a little bit further away. Bend the elbow and lower the forearm. Breathing deeply. And with your next inhale, cartwheel the arms, lift yourself back up. Uncross the feet and swing the legs around. Bring yourself to tabletop with the wrists below shoulders, knees, hips distance apart and the spine neutral. Begin to tuck the toes. Press into the toes to lift the knees away, lift the hips high, tuck the chin to chest. Finding downward dog, spreading the fingers wide and pressing the knuckles into the mat to find length from the fingertips all the way towards the sits bones and even the tailbone. And you can stay in stillness here, or you can begin to pedal out the legs. And if you find that the heels are lifting quite far away from the mat like so, you can even add a little bend into the knees. It doesn't really matter about the legs being completely straight. What we're trying to focus on is lengthening the spine, lengthening through the torso. And you can even begin to nod the head from side to side. And then up and down, just releasing any tension, letting the head and neck be soft. Taking one more inhale in position at the bottom of your exhale. Begin to walk the hands towards the feet. You might find that you need to bend the knees a little bit so that you can bring the hands all the way down to the floor, just letting the head and neck be soft. Taking opposite hand to opposite elbow and finding ragdoll with a little sway from side to side. You can really allow yourself to be heavy here, just letting your legs support you in space. And you can even begin to pedal out the legs. And then beginning to come back to stillness, release the hands. Bending into the knees any amount needed to bring the hands down to the mat. And then begin to lift the tops of the feet, so towards the toes, coming up onto the heels. And taking both of the hands under the feet, trying to see if you can bring the toes right up close to where the wrist hinges. And from here, if the knees are bent, you can focus on drawing the shoulders back and down so we create length in the spine, keeping the head and neck soft. If you feel quite comfortable here, you can even begin to work towards extending the legs. And if you would like to invite a little bit more movement here, you can also begin to wiggle the toes, and this just gives the hands and the wrists a little bit of a massage. Staying for 2 more full breaths. And then begin to bring the weight into the heels so that you lift the feet and then replace the hands down to the mat. Bringing the hands to the hips. Begin to roll the shoulder blades back. Draw the elbows towards one another. Inhale, lift up to find a standing position, finding Tadasana. Releasing the hands either sides of the body. Inhale fully. Lifting the gaze if you would like. And exhale, begin to swan dive, leading with a flat back to find forward fold. Inhale, lift and lengthen. You can bring the hands to the legs for support if you feel you need. And exhale to lower back down. And usually I would say to step back to plank, but in this case we'll have to walk the hands forwards to come all the way to find plank position. Coming high onto the toes, stacking the shoulders on top of the wrists, tucking the tailbone and drawing navel to spine to really stabilize the body as we come to a strong line. Taking a full inhale in position, exhale, lower the knees. Send the shoulders forwards and bend the elbows, hugging them to the side ribs as you lower down. Walk the hands forwards, bringing the elbows under the shoulders. Press the forearms into the mat as you begin to lift the chest. Roll the shoulders back and find sphinx pose. Breathing deeply, taking a moment to observe any sensations in the body. If you experience any pinching in the lower spine, sometimes it can help just to widen the stance of the feet, and that can alleviate any discomfort or any compression in the lower spine. Taking one more full inhale in position. As you exhale, begin to soften the chest back down, walk the hands below the shoulders. Press up to find tabletop. Bring the wrists under the shoulders. As you inhale, twist it open to the right side, extend the right arm skywards. As you exhale, thread the right arm under the left, lower the right shoulder, and lower the right side of the head to the mat. You can choose to extend the left arm towards the top of the mat like so. Or you can choose to take the left arm around the back of the body towards the right hip to find a bind. If you would like to take it one step further, you can even extend the left leg, steadying yourself, and you can begin to lift the left leg. This is a little bit more challenging for the balance, so just taking this to whichever option feels best for you, where you can get the most benefit out of. Breathing deeply for one more inhale. As you exhale, begin to bring the left hand back to the side of the face. Press yourself away from the mat, unthreading the right hand, lowering the right hand. With your inhale, extend left arm skywards, twist it open. Exhale, thread left arm under right, lower the left shoulder, the left side of the head. And either extending the right arm to the top of the mat, or if you took the bind last time, take the bind this time. If you chose to extend the right leg, you could take it to this extent, or you could begin to draw the right leg, skywards. And it's okay if you feel like you're shaking. This is really challenging for the balance, but it's a great way to focus on working on our balance as well as being quite supported by the ground. Taking one more full inhale. And as you exhale, begin to bring the right hand back down to the mat. Press yourself out of your bind. And then just pedaling out both of the hands and knees, maybe taking a few waves through the spine, any movement that just allow you to feel a little bit looser in the body. And finding stillness once more, beginning to walk the hands forwards. Slowly sinking the chest. You can lower the forehead down to the mat so that it's supported as we find puppy pose. Just coming to a steady breath. Beginning to see if you can match the length of your inhale with the length of your exhale. And then slowly begin to peel the heart away. Walk the hands back into the body to bring yourself back to tabletop. Sink the hips down to the heels and walk the hands into the knees to lift yourself up to a kneeling position. Taking the hands behind you, interlace the fingers. Begin to draw the hands away to puff out the chest. Maybe closing down the eyes here, just finding a little bit of a back bend, maybe the lower spine dips slightly. Just focusing on drawing the shoulders back, bringing the scapula, so the shoulder blades together. You might be able to feel that. Or it might be that you just focus on rolling the shoulders back. Taking one more full inhale in position. As you exhale, begin to release the hands. Bring the body back into a neutral position. So we draw the navel to spine. Just feel the spine lengthen. Begin to walk the hands forwards and lower yourself all the way down to find child's pose. And you can keep the arms extended, or you can bring the arms either sides of the legs, give the body a little bit of a hug. And just letting yourself begin to soften into the mat, letting the body be heavy and supported. And staying here for however long you feel you need to. And then eventually in your own time beginning to lift yourself back up. At this point, as you begin to come back up to a kneeling position, you might even want to roll out the shoulders finally. Maybe roll the head from side to side, just taking any last minute movements. Or if this is a practice that you might be starting your day with, this is just a really nice way to begin to ready yourself for the day ahead, or maybe readying yourself for anything that you're going to do after the practice. Maybe just taking a few more replenishing and grounding breaths. Just observing if you feel any different in your own body, or maybe just observing how when you come back to a kneeling position, whether your postures change slightly, whether you're naturally holding yourself a little bit taller, maybe the shoulders are drawing back a little bit more, but not so much that the chest is pressing forwards, just enough so that we're finding that length in the top of the spine rather than rounding forwards. Like I say, this is a practice that you can come back to frequently if you have 10-15 minutes of your day. You can practice these postures for as long or as little as you feel you need to get the benefit. And I hope that these postures have helped you, and I hope that you begin to see and feel changes in your own body with your own posture. Thanks guys, bye.